What's going on, everyone? Only Sports back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing another New York Giants offseason trade target video. And this offseason trade target is going to be someone who just got kicked out last night of the playoffs. That is Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans. Mike Evans is 29 years of age. He will be turning 30 in August, so he'll be 30 at the beginning of next season. And Mike Evans has been great throughout his whole career, but it's an interesting time for Tampa Bay. Obviously, I think the Bucs have to go through a rebuild now. Like, if Tom Brady doesn't retire, I don't think he's going back to the Bucs. So I don't think Brady will be a Buccaneer next year, no matter what. And I think that's going to have to cause them to blow it up, kind of thing, unless they're able to get a guy like a Lamar Jackson, or they're able to, get a high-demand, good quarterback. But I just don't see it. I think Lamar's kind of got the Jets around, and, of course, going back to the Ravens. So I think Tampa's going to have to blow it up. And they have a couple really good receivers, of course, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. But I think they kind of try and keep Godwin and build around him. So I think, obviously, even if they are both traded, Evans would be a lot cheaper. So I think Evans is ultimately the guy who they would trade. Now, he's a four-time Pro Bowler. He won the Super Bowl, of course, with the Buccaneers, back just a couple of years ago. And he's a 6'5", 235 big body guy. Obviously, he's a guy who he's going to be in high demand. He was a first-round pick, 7th overall by the Bucs back in 2014. So he's been in the league for a while. And throughout his career, he's been sensational. He's never had a season under 1,000 receiving yards. And he's got 81 career total touchdowns in 136 games, over 10,000 total yards. He has been, sensational throughout his entire NFL career. But what will that cost if the Giants were to trade for him? And obviously, there's going to be a big trade market for Mike Evans. There's going to be a lot of teams in on him, and it's going to have to kind of be a bidding war. And a lot like DeAndre Hopkins, it's going to be interesting. And I think Mike Evans' market might be better than DeAndre Hopkins. And I kind of valued Hopkins at a 2 and a 4, and Mike Evans is probably a 2 and a 3, or maybe 2 seconds, or 1 first and a 5th. So will the Giants be willing to pay that price? And I don't know. And do I think the Giants should trade for Mike Evans if the price is right? Absolutely. I think all these guys that I'm doing a video on, I'm going to have many more, but Hopkins, Evans, and everyone else that I'm going to be doing a video on, I think the Giants should get all of them at the right price. Obviously not all of them, but I think they should try to get all of them at the right price. The reason I pick these guys as options is because I think that they're good players, and I think that they would help this football team. I think they're possibilities, and I think that there were guys that I would trade for if I were Joe Schoen, like I said, at the right price. Now, looking at Evans' production, it hasn't slowed down at all. A lot of the guys on this list, or on the guys that I'm going to be talking about throughout this series of videos, for anyone that questions their age and their kind of their veteracy and whether they're slowing down, Evans is definitely not slowing down. And if anyone says it's because he has a good quarterback, Daniel Jones is really good. I'm not saying he's Tom Brady, but I'm saying he's not at the level that they're playing at right now. And given how, how much less Brady could do, I think they're similar. And Jones might even be better given that Brady can't move out of the pocket, or he's just a pocket passer, But Evans, even before Brady, was fantastic. He had a 1,500-yard year, and, like I said, he's been with the Bucs since 2014, since he was 21 years old, and he never had a season under 1,000 yards. And injury concern hasn't really been a problem for him. And, I think his progress throughout the years, and his efficiency, his consistency, and his production's been really good. So I don't really question that. I don't think that's a big issue, and I would absolutely want the Giants to try and get Mike Evans if he becomes available now. Like I said, at the right price. I'm not going to trade, a first and a second for him. I don't even know if I'd go as far as saying I would trade a first for him. It depends. It depends what his market's like. It depends what the wide receiver markets are like. So I think that's all got to be taken into account. But I do think that Mike Evans probably will be traded this offseason, just because I think that the direction that the Bucs are going in is not one they expected, at least as fast. And, unless they can bring in a really good quarterback there, I think they're going to have to, if not rebuild, retool. And I don't know if Evans at his age is going to be part of that. And I think the Giants, I think that they're going to, make some noise on the trade market. Like I said, I'm not going to be predicting anything, but I do think that they're a team that could trade for a wide receiver. I think they actually will trade for a wide receiver, looking at their, looking at Mike Evans' contract. He signed for quite a few years. He kind of restructured his deal. But he will be a unrestricted free agent in 2024. So it's kind of weird the way his contract's laid out. Although it is tough to kind of see exactly what his contract looks like, because he's got 4 years and years of being paid, but he's a unrestricted free agent, so it's kind of confusing. But he is going to be making $23 million a year next year, and he'd probably be that's the cap hit. He'd probably be around $16 million a year after that on an extension for about 3-4 years. So I think it's a possibility for the Giants, but you guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on the Giants possibly trading for Mike Evans. What do you think about Mike Evans? Would you trade for him, and what would you give up? Let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys new. See you guys on the next video, and as always, let's go Giants.